Okay, Jajinder, everyone, thank you so much for coming. Today we are joined by Param Samyaktaji Mahasatiji, Matinawandani. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'll tell you guys a little bit about her. She is a disciple of Param Gurudev Shree Namramuni Maharaj Saheb, and she began her journey as a sadhvi in 2018 and has delivered lectures in countries like India, the United States, and Uganda. She's really popular for her new age approach to spirituality, and many youngsters who were in search of truth in traditions and religions connect with her and really enjoy her approach to spirituality. Today, we are going to be discussing the significance of Navpad Oli, how to do an Ayambil, and the benefits of completing an Ayambil and how it transforms the mind, body, and soul. And then we will be talking a little bit more about this in breakout rooms in the last 15 minutes of the call. So Matinwanami, and I'll hand it off to you.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible to everybody? Okay. So before starting this session with YJA, I would like every one of you to close your eyes and get disconnected from all the activities that you have done in today's day. So close your eyes. And I will be chanting a mantra from here. And you can repeat the same mantra then. Oh. Oh. Eso panchanamo karo sava pavapanasano manglanancha savesan paramahari. So today's session for the YJA group, I can say the youth staying in America, or somewhere down the line, the youth which is staying in America but is still connected with the Indian tradition and religion. What can I say? Even after staying in America, some were connected with the Indian tradition and religion. And that's the main reason that you all have showed your interest to know the reason behind what Ayambil Oli is. Why do we celebrate it? Why Bhagwan Mahavir has given this festival?
What is the connection?
So when you all have showed this interest, before starting my session, I would like to ask you all, how many of you have heard what Ayambil is? Have any time done Ayambil in your life? How many of you have done Ayambil at least once in your life? Bhuvni? You have done it. Okay. Rupal? Okay. Disha Didi has done. Khushi Didi has done. So at least once, I suppose everybody, or no, have never thought about it, have heard about it many a times, but have not done it. So what Ayambil is, basically, to start with the base, Ayambil is a kind of tongue. It is a penance that Bhagwan Mahavir has described about. Basically, I would like to say for a youngster, it is a penance where you have to eat something which you would actually not like to eat. a kind of food cuisine which is actually, when it comes in your plate, in your dish, you would feel like, how can I have this? But once you know the reason behind having it, once you know the importance of it, you can easily have it. Tapasya is all about control. It is all about having control on your mind, on your thoughts, on your own self. And Ayambil is one of the main reason and one of the main tool through which we can have control over it. Ayambil food is basically a type of food cuisine wherein you cannot have tasty food, you cannot have milk, you cannot have milk products, you cannot have oil, ghee, sugar, jaggery, no vegetables, no fruits to eat. So everybody must have this question that what to eat. If we cannot have all these things to eat, then what to eat? There are many other things that we can have during this Ayambil stuff. But the question arises, why do we do this stuff? And especially, why do we do this Ayambil only in this time period itself? Bhagwan Mahavir was a super scientist. He was omniscient. He was very much aware of all the health issues that a human being used to face, a human being actually faces, and in future, what problems we all are going to face. He was aware of that fact. And so he knew the reasons also of the issues that we were supposed to face. And so before we raise the issue to the doctor himself has given us the precaution pills. It is said that Ayambil Oli is basically done in this time period itself because this time period is called as a Sandhi Kal. Sandhi Kal is a mixed season period wherein you can observe two time periods, two seasons in one day itself. And during this time period, because of this change in the season, there is a probability that our health cannot resist this change. And because of this, people may fall ill. They can go through many different kind of diseases. And so, from prior itself, Bhagwan has showed this sadhana, this penance of Ayambil. The Ayambil diet is basically a detoxification process. It helps us to prevent the inflow of toxins in our body, as well as not in the body, but in mind as well. And it helps to remove the toxin which is already present in the body. It helps to remove the cholesterol from the body. It helps to control the carbon level of the body. And moreover, not only talking about the health benefits that you can get from the doctor as well, but more than that, in today's session, I would like to discuss why is Ayambil important for our mind? Why is it important for our soul? Why is it important to control my thoughts? I would like all of you to perform an activity. Raise your hand and you have to make a circle. Can you all do that? Once? Okay. Now, with the same hand, you have to make a square. You can do that easily. Okay. But now what you have to do is, you have to raise both your hands. With one hand, you have to make a square. And with the other hand, you have to make a circle simultaneously. Try. You do not have to make both squares. You cannot make circles with both of your hands. One square and one circle. No, Khushi, you are making circles with both the hands. Khushi Didi, yes. Bhuvni is trying to make, but little difficult. Rupa Didi, two opposite circles you are making. No, Parthik bhai. Okay, you can try, but it's difficult. It's difficult. Okay. One more time with full concentration. Close your eyes and then make a square and a circle. With full concentration. Yes, Anusha is doing good. Yes, maybe we can make it now. Yes, Disha Didi can make it. Okay. Okay. So what happened? Can any one of you reply? In this activity, when you perform, what did you understand? What happened with you? Yes, Khushi?
I was going to type in the chat, but I was going to say our brain is bad at multitasking.
Sorry?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can listen to you, but can you pardon me?
Oh, nothing. Sorry, I was going to type in the chat what you said to that.
Okay, but what did you experience while doing this? What did you know from this activity?
That we're really bad at multitasking.
Okay. Anybody else? It was easy when your eyes were closed, right? From this activity, you can come to know how much control do I have on my mind. This was one of the best activity through which you can come to know that how much my mind is in my control or how much I am in control of my mind. These are two different things to understand. First is my mind, my thoughts in my control. And the other is me in the control of my mind and my thoughts. What is the current situation that has taken place? Not only today, but in our day to day life, what happens is most of the time, be it you, be it me, or anybody which we generally see, everybody is in control of their thoughts. Everybody is in control of their mind. But there are seldom few people who have control on their mind. You're understanding? There are there are only number of people, countable people, who have control on their mind. Now, how does this relate with Ayambil? Ayambil, if we go to see, on a religious terms, yes, it is a tapasya, it's a penance. But scientifically and logically, if we think about it, when we study about it, we come to know that Ayambil is a kind of penance. It is easy to do tapasya by doing upvas. You all must have done upvas before, at least once. Samvatsari, during the day of Samvatsari, I suppose YJA, all youngsters must have done at least one upvas, right? It is easy to do one upvas, but it is more difficult to do one Ayambil. Why? It is easy to go away from a place which you don't like, but it is difficult to stay at a place which you don't like, but still you are staying there. You all agree with it? Right? It's easy to leave a person whom you don't like, but it's difficult to be with a person which you don't like, but still being with a smiling face. Ayambil is a kind of tapasya wherein you have to eat food, but a kind of food that you don't like. When this is being done, when you eat a kind of food that you don't like, you are accepting something which you generally reject. And the main problem of this generation, the main problem of this era, you go to see any youngster, you go to see anybody nowadays, they are facing a lot of depression, a lot of stress, a lot of tension, maybe due to XYZ reason, due to increase in the competition, due to increase in the study levels. But the main reason is lack of self-control. You all must have driven a car before in your life, right? So what are the things that are the basic necessities to drive a car? What all do we need while driving a car, Nishit bhai?
जी मथिन वंदामी, license,
Okay, license, but what are the basic necessities in the car that you need?
brake, accelerator,
Right.
clutch.
Okay. Someone has written in the chat focus. The first thing that you need is balance of mind, stable mind, right? And in the car, you would need brakes, accelerator, and the clutch. If you have brakes and you have accelerator, but you don't have clutch, is it okay to drive? Is it okay to drive? No. You have accelerator, you have clutch, but you don't have brakes. You can drive? You can't drive. You have brakes also, you have accelerator also, but you don't have clutch. So the thing is, you need the combination of all of these three things with your stable mind. The same way in our life. If we go to see, we have accelerators. Accelerator is the passion of our life. The target of our life that I want to do this, I want to achieve this, I want to complete this. That is the passion of my work, passion towards my work. It works as an accelerator. We have planning for that. Today, I have to do this much things to achieve my target. After today, like tomorrow, I will have to do these many things. After 1 year, I would be reaching this level, right? We have made plans, we have made strategies to reach up to the level where we want to reach, to achieve our target. That works as a clutch because we know where I have to increase, where I have to change my speed levels, in which direction I have to go. But what is the brake? What if my car is without the brake? What works as a brake in your life? Karthik bhai, can you tell me? What works as the brake in your life?
I guess like this, like decision making, or like what's right and what's wrong.
What's right and what's wrong? It's the decision making. Brakes is something which helps us to avoid the accidents. It helps us to make a pause when you see a speed breaker in front of you. So it's, I suppose it's not the decision making which will give you a pause, but what it is which will give you a pause before entering the danger or before overtaking the speed breakers. Yes, Rupal?
Maybe just caution, don't want to hurt. And or break
It's
the law.
maybe just caution. Okay, getting caution. Okay. What else? Anybody? Maybe I suppose we have lived many years of our life till now. There must be something. I'm 100% sure that you all must be having some or the other breaks in your life. But we have never thought about it. Think about a situation wherein you do not have your emotions in your control. You do not have your thoughts in your control. But something that has stopped you. Has it taken place, or else you have reacted to it? You have reacted to the situation. What happens most of the time? The Sharidi? I suppose first option or the second option? There was something that gave a break to it, or a second option that I have reacted to it.
I think reacted to it. I would want to say the first option, but I think in reality it's that we react to it.
Okay, very good that you have replied the real answer. I appreciate it. So this is actually the problem. In life, whenever we face any kind of problems, any kind of situations, we always react to it. We tend to react to it very soon because we lack the brakes of our mind. We lack the brakes of our life. If a person who knows how to apply the brake and when to apply the brake, that person has his life in his own control. Because that person knows that I'm seeing a very big speed breaker in front of me. If I will not have control on myself and I would speak at this very moment, I would lose my relationship. That person would be aware that more than this situation happening right now, my relationship matters to me more. My emotions matter to me more. Even though that person is saying that, this is just an example, even though that person is saying that I am wrong at this moment, if I have my control in my mind, if I have my brakes in my hand right now, I would be able to analyze right and wrong. I would be able to realize this situation is going to go away after some time. But that person is going to stay in front of me for the whole life. So it's up to me. I have to react or I have to handle the person. Isn't it? So do you feel that yes, there should be one speed breaker, one brake, which is in my hand, which I can press anytime whenever I feel like reacting in front of the people, in front of the situation, right? You feel the need of it? Ayambil is the best tool to inbuild this brake in you. It is a little different, I know. The path of Ayambil is different, and the thing that I'm talking about, it is different. Because we have never ever thought about it in such a way. A person who is performing Ayambil, that person becomes capable of accepting something which is disliked. Right? I am eating something which is disliked. I am accepting something which is disliked. We feel like I'm eating it, but it is not only done through your body, but you can have the food of Ayambil only and only your mind will get ready to accept. There are many people about whom we have heard that Mahasatiji, when I many times I try to have Ayambil food, but when I have it, I tend to vomit. Why is it so? They are willing to have it, but their mind is not ready to accept something which is disliked. Except doing Ayambil is not just a physical task, it is a mental task. When you do Ayambil, you accept the dislike. When you accept the dislike up to this level, 1% of dislike, when you start accepting, there will come a time, slowly and steadily, when you would be able to accept 10% dislikes. You would be able to accept 20% dislikes. You would be able to accept 50% dislikes. How can a person resist in a business field when he is not capable of accepting dislikes? Not only business field, but in any field, how can you resist without accepting rejections, without accepting dislikes? You all are aware of the company Apple. The person who created it, Steve Jobs, you all are aware that he himself was fired from his own company, right? There was a day when he was on road. He did not have his own company. Just think about that situation. If in place of Steve Jobs, you would have been there, what would have happened? You have given all your life, your years and years to build up this big company. the company which has reached heights, which has become important for not only in that country, but all over globally, which has become very important and which has reached a level. And after reaching this level, you experience such a big failure where you have nothing in your hand again. Would you be able to accept that rejection? Would you be able to cope up with that failure? What do you think? It would be easy or it would be very, very difficult? It would be difficult. Just try to replace yourself in his place once. Not only he, but there are many such people who experience such kind of failure. But actually, that is the testing period. A person who at that time cannot control his mind, cannot control his thoughts, goes into depression, goes into stress. He experiences that I am a big failure, and that can make him lead up to such a level that they can even take a decision of doing suicide. And we have heard these kind of cases, right? Why is it so? It's a very big thing, but try to understand a very big tree is grown from a very small seed. The seed is small, but as in when days passed by, that seed grows and it becomes a huge big tree. Ayambil is a very small effort, a very small thing that we can do. But doing that is having victory on my mind, is having victory on my own dislikes. I can even face what I don't like. Because in life, you're not always going to get what you like. You're not always going to face the people who are of your choice. You have to deal with the people who do not match your frequency, who do not match your thinking process. Right? But when I have to stay with them, if I stay with a sad face, if I just now I say that no, the Shariri is not smiling, she is not replying to me, I don't want to speak anymore. So will it be fine? This is just an example. Do not take me seriously. But would it be fine? No. So we are going to face people in life which would reject us, which would counter back our thought process, which wouldn't understand people who won't understand our emotions. But if I am capable enough, if I am positive, if I am strong to have control on my thoughts, what would happen, Bhuvni, if the dress you are wearing right now, you went for a party and someone tells you that the dress that you are wearing is not at all good. It doesn't suit the party that I have given. So now how will you be there? What will be your emotions? Bhuvni?
I think I would probably get a little upset at first, but I would try to like pause and not react angrily.
Okay. But the initial stage, obviously, I would get upset, right? So, yes, initially, we all are not God. So, definitely, we cannot expect ourselves to be 100% disconnected with the opinions that we have received. But that is going to be my target. If I want to if I want to live my life with 100% positivity, for that, I need to somewhere down the line know my own self. For that, I need to be confident on my own self. How many of you can say that, yes, I am confident enough? I can say that I'm 100% confident. Mahasatiji, if you tell me to speak on something right now as well, 5 to 10 minutes, I can speak. Anybody of you? No? You can try. No. So the first benefit of Ayambil was self-control. Slowly and steadily, when you start accepting that you don't like, you start developing a self-control on your mind, a control on your thoughts, control on your likes and dislikes. And the second benefit is your confidence. Again, a very different thing. Ayambil and confidence. How can Ayambil raise my confidence? Think about it once. You all have done Ayambil at least once. How can, I just don't want to keep on speaking. And so I'm asking you all, it's a kind of discussion wherein I can listen to your thoughts, I can understand your perceptions as well. It's not that whatever I'm saying is 100% correct. If you agree to it, then we would move ahead. I would even like to listen to your perception to it. What do you think? How can Ayambil increase my confidence? Think about it. Can it? And how can it? Anybody would like to speak? You're open. You can unmute yourself. No answers? Yes, Kushi?
Well, here's a guess. I'm not really sure 100%,
Not-
but well, in general, when you're forced to be in situations where you're uncomfortable, you grow a lot from that and you become more confident because you have the, I guess, the power and the ability to face any sort of situation over time, regardless of how bad it is or how much you dislike it. So if you can, when you're doing Ayambil, you're forced to do something that you might not necessarily like, you learn to accept that. You learn to be okay with that. Gradually in life, you learn to be okay with many sort of situations and you'd be confident, even in discomfort.
Right, that's good. Yes, Nishanda, you wanted to say something?
Mathinwandami Mahasatiji, it was almost the same answer as she gave, but it's just that we can develop tolerance power so much that we are able to overcome any situations that we don't like.
Okay, good. Right. So the main thing, any kind of tapasya that we do, not only Ayambil, be it Upvas, be it Ekashna, any kind of tapasya that has been stated by Bhagavan. When we do that, tap itself means going forward in odds, right? Facing the odds. That is tapasya. When my mind gets ready to face the odds and I take one step ahead, my confidence will rise one step ahead. Because before doing that, I was of the opinion that I don't know I would be able to do or not. I want to do, but I don't know. Kari sakis ke nahi kari saki, mar sate thase ke nahi tha. I have thought many a times, Mahasatiji, but I'm scared that I won't be able to do. I cannot take pachkan. If I take pachkan, I would have to do. But what if my head starts paining? What if I wouldn't be able to work anymore while doing tapasya, right? But even after getting so many thoughts, so many obstructions from your mind, when you take a decision to do it, even though my head pains, even though I face any kind of problems, I have firm decision that I would do it. And when this decision comes and you do this tapasya, you have increased your confidence. Right? That 24 hours, during those 24 hours, you just have, I think, approximately 1 hour where you are eating, but rest 23 hours when you are just on boiled water, that too from sunrise to sunset. From that 24 hours, 23 hours, you are being able to overcome your hunger. Even if your stomach is saying, I want to have something, your mind is saying you wouldn't be able to get. Even if you are hungry, your mind gives a command to the body. Today, you have to be hungry. You have to face this. And when you are capable of doing this, you should actually pat yourself. You should tell yourself that I have done something which crores of people, crores of living beings are not able to do. There are people in this world who, because of their taste, because of that eagerness to taste everything, to eat something what they like, there are people who kill so many beings. You all stay in America. You must have seen many of them. Just to fulfill their desire, just to fulfill that taste, which is going to be there just for a fraction of seconds. But for that, people tell to kill Panchendriyaji, that is 5 sensed beings, without even thinking about the pain that being must be going through. Why? The reason is just one: my taste, my desire, my willingness. But a person who performs Ayambil, his compassion towards all living beings starts developing. That person starts feeling the pain that the other are feeling, that the other beings are experiencing. And because of this compassion, a very big quality gets developed in the mind of a person. And that quality is called as open mind. Generally, people tend to have very narrow minds. Narrow-minded people are the ones who only think about their own self. I want to do this. I want to live my life like this. I want to have this. I will stay like this. This is the thinking process of a narrow-minded person. But an open-minded person is who thinks about everybody, who cares about everybody. Before I joining the session, I would like others also to get connected to the session. Just an example. Before me getting the benefit of anything, I would like even others to get the benefit of. These are the two different thinking process of two different kind of people. One is I, me, and myself. Thinking about my own family, my own friend circle, my own self, my own career, my own study. And the other thing is we. What should we do? How can we come up? How can everybody live happily? And the person who is broad-minded can never fail in any of the field in life. You see, any of the field, a successful person, a person who has reached up to the level of success, the reason behind it, one of the reasons is his open mind. That open mind, which makes him think about everybody. And because of this, even though he faces failure, but there are 100 people who are standing beside him and they are thinking for him. Why? The reason is his care for everybody. The care which he had given to them in his life before, and that care has been given back to him. So the first thing that Ayambil gives us is the control of my thoughts, control of my emotions. The second thing, it raises my confidence. Slowly and steadily, if your confidence gets developed in this field, that I am able to do this tapasya, I am capable of doing athai, right? I am capable of doing Ayambil, I am capable of doing Masakshama. Just remember, this confidence is not just going to be there with you in this field itself. This confidence will help you in every field of your life. A small raise in confidence, it will help you in decision making. The decision that I had taken before was right. It was correct. I was able to do that. And so that would help in my career as well. It will help in my business also. Why? Because my confidence has increased, my decision making capacity has increased. I have started knowing myself better. Till now, I used to think that I can do only this much. But when I tried to move one step up and being able to do this also. I have been knowing myself better. And after knowing myself better, I can make a better decision. Everybody agrees to it? So this is the second benefit. And the third benefit, what did I tell just now? My third benefit. It makes me open-minded. It helps me to not only think about my own self, but it helps to develop a feeling of compassion within me. It makes me think about everybody. One day, if I'm not having vegetables, if I'm not having fruits, all the living beings in that, yes, I have to live. I have to survive. So for that, I would have to take food. But my food should be such જે ઓછામાં ઓછા લોકોને hurt કરે, which hurts least amount of living beings. Having food is my necessity, but having food according to my taste is not my necessity. And just for that taste, I cannot kill many living beings. This is a sense of concern for others. And a person who observes Ayambil starts thinking about others, starts spreading love everywhere, which love that person automatically receives. So Ayambil is not just a religious penance. Till now, you all must have heard about it in a very different way. Tapasya karvi joye, we should do this. It actually destroys our karma. It helps us in attaining our own nature of soul. Yes, it is. It does. But how does it affect my nature? Bhagwan has said that anything which is happening to me, anything and everything, and not only Bhagwan, even science and many other people have started saying like this, have started proving this, that whatever is happening is due to my own actions done before. Is due to my own karmas which have done before. So what is actually karma? Karma is nothing philosophical. It is nothing very much religious, but it is a very basic thing that we can say as nature. It is my own nature. My own nature creates my karma. And that karma can be changed. It is not necessary that if I have hurted somebody, I would have to get the pain. I would have to face the pain. No, I have the capacity to change my karma, which I have done before. How can I change my karma? One of the best methods to change my karma is Ayambil. Till now, I had told you about all the logical reasonings, what are the benefits of Ayambil, what happens while doing Ayambil. But now I would like to give you a secret behind doing Ayambil. A person who is doing Ayambil destroys his antray karma. And in those antray karma, one of the antray karma is Viryantra. Viryantra means the capacity of my soul. The capacity of my soul is to become Bhagwan, is to know everything what Bhagwan Mahavir used to know. I have that much of capacity. I can sit here and Rupal, I can say, where are you? I can sit here and I can know what are you thinking right now. That capacity, only I did not. Only Bhagwan, no. That capacity, even you can have. Everybody of us can have. Our soul actually have it. But that capacity is led by a karma which is called as Viryantra. The capacity of my soul is being covered by the karma. as and when we start doing Ayambil, Ayambil has that much capacity that it can break my Viryantraya karma. And in Jim, as and when this Viryantraya karma starts destroying, we also don't know that, oh, I can do this also. Oh, I was not aware that I can manage event also. I was not aware that I can speak for so long time. But you will see yourself changing. You will see your nature changing. You will see your karmas change. This is one of the religious reason, I would say, that Bhagwan has given to perform. And there are many more benefits of doing Ayambil. The reasons behind doing Ayambil. But I think we have completed our time. 45 minutes done. But what do you think? At least once, it is the Ayambil Oli period going on right now. How many of you have done in this Ayambil only at least one Ayambil? Okay, Mission Bhai has done. So do you plan to do it? Okay, Param Bhai is also doing. What you can do is, I'll give you an option. If right now you do not have confidence that I would be able to do it or not, what you can do, from the morning sunrise itself, do not have your breakfast. Try to stay without your breakfast, just have boiled water, okay? And in afternoon, have Ayambil food. After maybe 4 o'clock, if you are comfortable, if you think that yes, there is 1-2 hours remaining for the sunset and I would be able to manage, after that you take Pachka. Before that, do not take Pachka. It's completely fine. You can try. After 4 o'clock, if your confidence says that yes, I would be able to do that, then take Pachka. But I would really suggest that at least once in this Ayambil Oli, you should do it. Who will try to do it now? Or busy with the schedules, busy with your life? I would like to tell you that, like me, there are many more Mahasatijis. We all stay together, almost 50 to 60 Mahasatijis. And in our group of 50 to 60 Mahasatijis, the first Mahasatiji, in whose under we all stay, she is one of our leaders. So that Mahasatiji has been performing Ayambil since last more than 600 days. More than 2 years, she has been continuously performing Ayambil, and today also she's performing her Ayambil sadhana. And with Gurudev's Kripa, she has planned to do 999 continuous Ayambil. So if she can do for 999 days, if that soul has the capacity to do for so long, I can try it at least for once. Yes or no? Do you find yourself weak or you're strong enough? Weak or strong? Pratik bhai, weak or strong? I can see you strong right now, but I want to listen from you.
I don't think I could do it. Mostly because I had to cook for myself. But I think like if I had someone cooking for me, I think it would be a lot easier. Sure. Like if I was like at home with like my parents, but while I'm cooking for myself, it's definitely a little bit harder.
Okay, so the difficult thing is to have the Ayambil food where you people are. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that is the main reason. What you can do is, if not Ayambil, you can try to do Ekashna for that. With a bhav of doing Ayambil, with a prayer within you that when I will get a chance to do Ayambil, I would surely do Ayambil. But today, because of my situation, the place where I am staying, I cannot have that kind of food. So rather, today, I would like to do Ayambil. But what will happen is slowly and steadily, you would be able to raise your confidence. Today, I'm feeling that if I talk about my own self, giving my own life experience, there was a day when even for one day, I wasn't able to do Ekashna as well. Ayambil was a big thing for me, but I wasn't able to do Ekashna also. I wasn't able to stay one time also hungry. But slowly and steadily, when my karma start changing, when my confidence, when I made a firm decision that no, I want to do it. With Gurudev's Kripa, there came a time when I was able to do 70 Ayambil at a stretch. So how is it possible? Slowly and steadily, when your mind starts getting prepared, your confidence starts telling you that you can. I can do it. There's nothing that I can't. I can. And slowly there will come a time when you would yourself say that I want to anyhow do it today. And you yourself will experience the difference in that day. The feelings, the emotional difference during that day when you have that. Okay. So now we'll end up this session. Anybody has any kind of question?
Okay, you all can put your questions in the chat while we like transition to like the next like 15 minutes of this. Thank you so much, Mahasatiji. That was like very enlightening. I really liked the different analogies you used, like with the car and the brakes. And then like how you outlined like the three like big reasons. I never really thought about like the open-mindedness part, so that was really awesome. Thank you so much.
Basically, religion, we have always taken religion in a very different way, different than our original day-to-day life. But if we study all the theories and the things given, shown by Bhagwan, we would come to know that it is nothing different. It walks in and out in our life. I've been taking the Shadidi session many a times. So I always tell her the same thing, that religion is actually every time presence. If I'm sitting, I can sit with care. That is my dharma. If I'm talking to somebody, I am talking with a perspective that the person shouldn't get hurt. That is my dharma. It is just a way of life.
Yeah. And then now I'm gonna pass it on to Kushi, and then she's gonna talk a little bit more about like the second discussion section portion of it. I also dropped like the discussion questions and then the sign-in and feedback form we have, and then this Navpad Oli spotlight form we have. So if you guys are fasting or taking any sort of vows during Ayambil Oli, please fill it out. And then thank you again, Mahasatiji, so much. This was amazing.
Param Mahasatiji, thank you so much for such an enlightening discussion. I really, when I came into this discussion, I thought we were going to talk about, about physical health benefits, but I really like how you took it to the mind and how it's not just about shedding pap in that moment by doing tapasya, but how it changes our nature and how that change of nature ultimately wires us or prepares us to have better karma or get rid of karma in a more efficient way, changes us in the long term, not just the short term shedding of pap. So I really, really enjoyed that perspective of yours. So the next part of the session is our discussion or questions session, where we'll be put into small breakout rooms, and we're going to reflect on what Mahasatiji has shared today. I would like to actually correct one of the questions in there. I have a perspective change after Mahasatiji's discussion. She said it's about, accepting what you dislike. One of the questions I had were, what are your favorite foods to make during Ayambil? I guess that's not really relevant because ultimately it's not about what's your favorite food. It's about accepting what you dislike. But other than that, feel free to discuss those questions and feel free to discuss any other topic that you would like.